Last week we told you we were going on a trip, and so now what we have to do is get rid of some of the stuff that's in the trailer.
The stuff that we don't need on this trip.
Don't think I need the big roasting pan for the turkey.
Among a couple hundred other things.
And there's a bunch of clothes that might need to go. So let's go inside where it's a little bit less drizzly and get this started. Well, it started a few weeks ago in the kitchen. Going through some cupboards today, and I'm like, why is all this stuff in here? Don't know how this keeps happening. I found an extra set of measuring cups and measuring spoons, so I've taken them out and they're going in a box to go to Cooter. So it begins again. Go through the trailer and get rid of all the stuff that we just don't need, especially when we're on the road. So there's a lot of cupboards in this. I'll show you the junk drawer. I have no idea how all this stuff crawled in there. Okay, lighters, fine. Bicycle pump, that's not the right spot. Okay, I gotta take the batteries back to the recycling. But that's just it. It's just stuff just keeps crawling into the drawers and the cupboards. So we're going to go through some of the cupboards and drawers and show you how much stuff we acquired in the last few months. Okay, so I was going through this bench here, and yes, Bailey's favorite spot to look outside. We have to keep an eye on her though, I tell you. So I was going through the bench. So typically we keep our shoes and that sort of thing in there, and our shoes that we wear quite regularly. And then I found this. It's Maddie's jacket. I used it for a little bit for Bailey, but she grew out of it really fast, so it has to go back with Maddie's stuff. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. And then we moved on to the bedroom. Brent cleared out his closet.
And part of the underbed storage. Well, the purge has begun. We're going to be traveling in about 6 weeks, and it's going to be a long haul. We're probably going to be putting about 3,000 miles on. Well, I've been informed it's 6 weeks. Okay,
7.
My bad. Oh, 7, sorry. Anyways, I start way ahead of schedule. I try and figure out what I don't need now, I won't need for the trip, and I'm just trying to lighten the load. So I've gone through my drawers for clothing, and as far as work clothes, I'll be keeping that. This is basically everything that's going to be going into storage. I've got a really heavy jacket. This is full of socks and underwear, and then just some other sweaters and dress shirts and such. I do have a few extras that I've kept in the closet. Plus there's about a dozen hangers there. Every little bit counts. Just trying to lighten the load. I've got a bunch of tools that I know I will be leaving behind, but I keep those in the pass-through, so that'll be leaving the trailer in time, but for now that's staying. So right now, just the extra clothes are getting out of here.
And then it was on to my closet. That time of year has come again. We're thinking ahead to our trip and looking in the closets and going, where'd that stuff all come from? So if I look in my closet now, there is basically, watch out Bailey, stuff. Well, this is a bag that I carry to gym and swimming pool and stuff like that. But there's a lot of hangers that will have to be eliminated. It was laundry day, so there's a few items hanging up here and there and everywhere. And the drying rack down the hall past Wrigley there. And I'm going to start going through stuff. And I'm also going to look into stuff that I haven't worn this in over a year. And not that it's not been warm enough, but did I wear it last summer? And if I didn't, then it's got to go. I'm going to have the stuff that's gonna go, it's gonna stay in the closet. Stuff that's gonna go in that I wear to work, that's gonna go in a bin, and it's gonna go into Cooter or the RVR for storage for over away. And then there's gonna be the throwaway giveaway pile. Here we go. Gonna dive into it and see where we end up. So the trailer purge has begun. Brent took a whole bunch of stuff down to the to Cooter, down just so it could be put away for our trip. And I was going through my closet and I'm like, there's a lot of vacuum cleaner parts here. So our Dyson came with 7 different ends to put on it. I only ever use like 3 of them. There's another 4 which have basically not been used. I'm guessing that one might be for curtains or something, or drapes. And then one with a little squiggly end. And then like a plain floor brush. But I find that this one, it just throws the dirt around. It doesn't really do what I need it to do. So they are gonna go live in Cooter for a while until I find a new use for them. As I suspected, isn't a ton of stuff that had to go out. But I did find a few more things that had to go bye-bye forever, because really, why am I keeping them? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna show you the back of my closet. It's quite empty. So I took these 2 big boxes out. This one holds all my hoodies. So you can't go away on a trip and not have enough hoodies. Bailey, don't chew on the bottom of the thing. This normally has sweaters. So I'm keeping it. Hi, Bailey. I'm keeping a couple sweaters in there. And I'm parting with my boots. They still have where Wrigley chewed off the end little piece here. A couple of bags I don't use that need to go. And this bag is also a donate bag. This big tub with all the clothes piled on top of it, that's going to have all my sweaters I don't need, and my work clothes and pants and that sort of stuff. And I feel like I'm stuck in the corner here with Bailey. There we go. Bailey's attacking me. I want to play. So that's going to go into Cooter and get all tucked away. And we have officially lightened the load. So in the closet, this is clothes. Half the amount of hangers that were there before. And I'm taking all my jackets. We're going to Glacier, so I want to have warm jackets if I need it. So it's going to be the end of June, and yeah, that's going to be necessary. Okay, we will continue the purge of the trailer. Brent is a little bit of a prepper, so prepare for a rainy day, prepare for when maybe we don't have money to go to the grocery store. We always have some extra groceries on hand. Get a Diet Coke, that's me. I stopped drinking beer because I kept getting heartburn, so why drink it if you don't enjoy it? So I've got some extra cases of that. But all these canned goods and the macaroni and cheese, which I'm going to actually take it out into the pantry right now, will be going away. So essentially the area under the bed will be empty. We might have some inflatables or something in it. Anyways, I'm gonna do some rearranging here and we'll show you how much space is under this bed. Okay, I've cleared out from under the bed basically all the groceries. So what will stay is Bailey's food because it doesn't fit underneath the island. We have a smaller container that we scoop food out of there with, and we're gonna take those crackers. Don't weigh anything. So we've got a lot of empty space here that I hate to say it, we could fill up. So the quest will continue. Then we move back into the kitchen to clean up the rest of the pantry, cupboard over the couch, and a few other things. And this is what we came up for that. Today I'm going to work on some of the kitchen supplies that we've acquired or brought in because I did baking at Christmas time and that sort of thing. So we're going to show you sort of how stuffed the cupboards are, and then I'll show you what I take out and what's going to go back down to storage. We'll start down here. Now let's face it, I'm probably not going to make cupcakes or do any baking. So all that baking stuff is probably going to go. We'll keep one cookie sheet for this or that, and maybe one loaf pan for if Brent wants to make meatloaf for dinner one night. And then in here, there's a ton of stuff. So many plastic containers that have found their way into the trailer. I'll be filling some of them up, and then we don't need all those bowls and that sort of thing. So those 2 shelves, and then as we get closer to our trip, some of these canned goods are going to go. Well, we'll keep a few cans of soup and that sort of thing on hand. And this shelf won't change too much, except for there's several cans of tuna and salmon in there. We won't go through those while we're away. And again, on top shelf is mostly baking stuff, so I'm gonna go through it all and see what is going to go bye-bye for now. And I'll put it on the counter and you can have a look. We'll try and figure out how many pounds of stuff we're taking out of the trailer. On the, I had to put the extension on the island out because I pulled so much stuff. So this is essentially the drawer under the oven and the bottom 2 shelves of the pantry. So roasting pan, we don't need to roast anything. If we do, we can make do with what we have and tin foil. And we don't need more than 1 bowl for chips. There's just 2 of us. I think very rarely do we actually put the chips in a bowl. It typically goes into gets taken out of the bag.
That's true.
We're not taking the bullet with this year. We only use it to make fun drinks, and which usually ends up with me having a tummy ache. So no fancy frou-frou drinks this year. Those items are going to go into these 3 bins. We cleared a fair amount of stuff out.
Things that we will not be needing for this trip. Just rough guesstimating, I'd say about 170 to 180 pounds that we took out of just things that we don't need.
So now we might have to put in a couple things just so things don't slide around in the cupboards. Especially above the cabinet. We might have to rearrange.
Yeah, definitely.
The upper cabinet and above the couch there a little bit and have a look. I think we're okay on the, well, the pantry's not a problem, but we'll be okay on the where the dishes go. So that's all we wanted to talk about this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Ring that bell for notifications.
Bye for now. Okay, last week we announced that we were... Nope, let's try that again. Last week we announced that we were going on a trip and what our plans were for that trip. Now we need to go in and do some spring cleaning, purging.
Lighten the load a little bit. We've lightened it probably 140 to 150 pounds so far.
Well, let's go see what we
still have more to do.
Let's go see what we need to do. Let's do that again. And that's all we wanted to share with you this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
And I screwed that up.
Yeah.